Hey, welcome to this brief little training on how to enter an incident or a referral into Sapphire. Now, this is just going to be the quick and dirty you need to know. It's going to be broken up into some little video pieces with some quick little activities just to make sure that the content is sticking in the old noodle. And so what we want to do here to figure out where to go for this information when you're not on this little presentation, it has to do with our high school tracks handbook. That's the place you want to go. Now, I've included a link to the entire handbook over here on the right-hand side of the page. And then I've also included a link that'll take you to the section on it that works specifically with incidents and referrals. So those two links can take you right where you need to be. And don't fret, at the end of this whole thing, there'll be a link to this actual presentation so that you can go back and take a look at these links and actually put them to good use. So with that, let's start with the simple concept of what's an incident versus what's a referral. And we've put together for you just a quick table to help you understand what an incident is and what it requires, and what a referral is and what it requires. So you can see it right there, right? We're talking about incidents as minor behaviors that we see our students do. Maybe it doesn't happen a lot, or maybe I can handle it in my classroom or in the hallway or whatever that might be, right? It's usually handled by teachers in the classroom. And honestly, most of these things don't even get recorded. The most incidents that are recorded usually are late to classes or late to schools. That's usually the one that are most often. If it's something that you're worried about, maybe it could be a disrespect or an insubordination, low level though, not crazy. Maybe you submit an incident as documentation purposes, and you can even request that no action be required on that incident. So yes, you can submit incidents that ask our administration to give a response, or you can submit incidents that say, no, I don't know that I need a response. I've included a link that's present here for you that can take you to a list of all of the codes that we use when submitting an incident, as well as the definition. First thing to notice is that right here it says Sapphire code. Sapphire is the program that we use to implement, or not to implement, to input our incidents or referrals for discipline. You can see that it does say minor problem behavior, and we have definition. And as you scroll down this list, you'll see that we have things that might happen that could be low level, whether it's classroom disruption or being late to class, profanity, and then you can see the definition on the other side of the chart. What we want to look at in more detail is, well, what's the difference between one of those things and something that would be a referral? A referral is a major problem. Now, we gave you a link to the same kind of chart when we're talking about majors as we were talking about minors, and it gives you all of the codes that we use and the definitions that go along with each code and the Sapphire code that you'll look for when you're inputting this referral. Something worth noting, most of the time, we will never, as teachers or support staff, use Act 26. That's often used the most by our administrators or our school resource officers. But every now and then you may think something fits that and you might input it as that. Our admin team or our school resource officer might change it, but that seems to be the very limited use. But you can see again the list of things that we have. You can see the definitions that are alongside it on the right. What makes a referral a major problem? It's usually repetitive, the third or more occurrence of an incident. So the kid is late to class 3 or more times, they're they're disrespectful 3 or more times. It requires parental contact, right? We need to be sure that what we're doing is reaching out, engaging with our students, and engaging with our parents before we can really, I think, comfortably say we're ready for a referral or an incident. I think the most important thing we want to recognize is when we're using incidents or when we're engaging with incidents, are we using tracks to our advantage? Are we helping these kids better understand what's going on? Hopefully we are. So what we're going to do here on the upcoming slides is take a look at exactly how we would input an incident or a referral once we get a general understanding of the difference between these two.